I am excited to come and do kind of like a live pre-funk because we are getting prepared for our weekly live show that my dear sweet wife and I produce every Wednesday from 8 to 9 my time. So here in a couple hours, we'll be getting ready and prepared to do some card slinging for everyone that is in attendance. And I am straight up starting to become like my favorite time of the week. Because normally it's like Wednesday is like the hump day, but I'm not experiencing hump day. I'm experiencing like, I can't wait to do day. So it's so much fun to participate and to do. But anywho, will you do me the honor of letting me know that you can hear me, that you can see me, that everything is going well, that I'm not too terribly pixelated this go? Let me know in the comments that everything is looking okay. It's looking okay. Hey, Jackie! I'm so glad to see your face! I hope you're going to be joining us tonight when we do the live here in a couple hours. So I hope to see you there. But yeah, tonight before we hopped into that live feed, I wanted to talk about how we can best, or at least from my perspective, my point of view as a reader, as a high energy kind of person, how we can deal with low vibe people. Because they're everywhere. They will continue to be everywhere. And I feel like regardless, even high energy individuals will sometimes shift into low vibe energy. And so we're all like valid and necessary and wonderful. So I'm not trying to at all package that low vibe is bad or that high vibe is better. No, I'm not trying to say that. What I am trying to at least preface is that, hey, there's times in which we're all going to be all of them. So knowing how to deal with energy that is opposite to your own. So if you are in a high energetic state and you're dealing with people who are kind of like rainy little clouds, how to function, how to maintain your high energy when you're around people who may be melancholy, depressed, despondent, maybe chronically just energy sucks. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk on today, but I wanted to like actually ask you directly, like, is there anybody in your life right now, the dear sweet of you that are here, is there anybody in your life right now that you would call like, or consider low vibe? Like you don't really have to state a name, but more of like, yes, hand raised, yes, I have a person who I would consider to be a low vibe. I would say I have a couple close family members that I would be like, something suggestive this way may come. But that's just me. That is just my experience in relation to that person. So if you have someone in your life that is a little bit on the low vibe, like continually low vibe energy kind of place, tell me, let me know. Glinda, you said you do. I understand, sweet pea. Oh, I was that emoji. That emoji was just like the eyes looking over here, like the whole side eye thing. Don't you love it when we have a side eye, like that person over there? Anywho, there's a couple others of you in here. Tell me, I got room for more comments. Let me know if you have anybody in your life that's a little bit on the low vibe right now. Let me know. I'm going to use your thumbs, and while you're using your thumbs, I'm going to use my spray. I don't want that one. I actually want, yes, I want this one. Let me know, darlings. Oops. I just got a new spray the other day, and it's a little extra spicy, like to the point that I started to itch. Yeah, I'm actually quite excited about it, but I might have to be careful about when I use it. So that will be fun. Oh, no one else is commenting. How dare you? Anywho. All right, well, we'll just hop in. How about that? We'll just go ahead and hop in. Let me take a sip of my stuff. So I wanted to at least directly address that what kind of like low energy, low vibe kind of looks like. Hey, Angela. And for me, in my experience, low energy tends to look like either, it can literally look like depression or be the experience of depression. It could also be mostly situational depression. So somebody who's just upset at the moment because X, Y, and Z, you know? And so for me, when I'm looking at low energy people or low vibe people, my first question is why? I always want to know why, but like why from my experience point of view, not me trying to deeply understand the psychological workings of their inner mind. Like I'm not aiming for that. I'm looking for why so that I can either have compassion or I can have boundaries. That's like first and foremost. So like if we're wanting to understand why, I don't know, a certain political individual is low vibe or just in conflict with us, so it feels low vibe, that's more of boundaries in some situations. Or if you are wondering why your bestie is low vibe this week. Maybe it's not her norm, so you have some compassion towards her and not try to like shake out of it, hun. So that is the first thing for me, is I want to understand why. And I think using our whys, again, when I say it gives us compassion so that we can hold space, maybe we can hold room for them to know it's not always going to be this way. Or boundaries, like, oh, it's always going to be this way, and I need to put down barriers and timelines and space between me and you. And I think that's really useful for family members in particular. But the first thing the second thing I would say, the second thing about these sweet souls that just, you know, they're on their path like we all are, is that first of all, we need to make sure that we don't try to change them. Because it is not our job to fix people who are in an energetic state that is different than our own. That is not our job. That is not our responsibility. And often we just get pulled down in the chaos with it. We get pulled down in the muck with it. So often I would suggest, even when people come to me for like, hey, what's going on with the situation? What can I do about it? It is always like, look, watch, observe, maybe offer words of encouragement, but don't try to fix the problem. Don't try to fix the situation. Don't try to fix them or fix the problem, because that is not going to, it's not going to fix. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It usually just snatches you up and then you get invested. And then don't let it be the bestie that happens to constantly have like the bad boyfriend that she's always upset with, but refuses to change, or refuses to choose a different partner. Anyway, that's just one of those many examples that shows up for us. If you're able to keep your energy upbeat and high and elevated and light around these people, then it's always useful to do so. Because sometimes just you being your normal, wonderful beacon of a self kind of is either attracting this person to you in a good way, or like, hey, I need to get some of that kind of way. But either way, do what you can to stay in a high elevation space as much as you can. And sometimes with that, you have to set, like I said earlier, time limits and boundaries. Because if you don't have time limits and you're spending hours with these people that are sucking the energy out of you, then you're going to walk away feeling very low, very despondent, very yourself. And that doesn't go well for anyone. It doesn't go well for anyone. So if you happen to be like one of those sweet souls who has a parent that kind of is that way, there's that tug of war, right? Where it's like, I want to be respectful of my elders. I want to be, I want to have a relationship with this parent or with this person. But it's like, if I stay on the phone too long with them, we start talking about all the problems, and we're not able to fix any of the problems, and the problems just keep going, the problems keep going. So in that kind of situation, I would introduce the phone call of, hey ma, or hey whoever, I have 20 minutes and I wanted to chat with you just to see how your day is going, what's happening, what's going on, and so forth. So when that timer goes off, or when that timeline hits, have a firm boundary that I'm getting off at this timeline because I have this to do, or I have that to go take care of, so that you don't get too sucked into the stuff. You don't get too sucked into the chaos. And the biggest thing I always feel like is try really hard not to judge these sweet souls, because just because this is their current state, that this is their current existence, does not mean that they will always be that way, or that they aren't capable of change. Just as of right now, this is where they're at, and this is all that we can work with. So try not to judge them, and especially as they are going to be judging you. So it's like, what is that whole adage? You ever have, for instance, if you ever start to lose weight, and then people start to get a little like, look at you over there, looking, all skinty and what have you, and losing weight and stuff. When you are high energy, you are reflecting to the other person that they are not. And sometimes they don't like it. So when they start acting out, or when they start projecting, or when they start doing stuff that just makes no damn sense, try not to judge them for it. Just know that is what's happening. Like, look at it, but don't take it in, don't judge it, don't internalize it. It is not yours. It is not your stuff. And those are my little 4 tidbits about low energy people, low vibe energy, and how to kind of maintain around them. I often do find that when I'm doing readings, or when I'm doing client work, and there is the topic of another person whose energy does not match, either they're jealous, or they're despondent, or there's something going on, sometimes tarot can be really useful to kind of help us understand why they are the way they are, why they are going through the thing they're going through, and like the level of involvement that makes sense for that situation. Some people like to stay in their misery. It's just that's how some souls are. Some people like to stay in that. Some people are addicted to what that brings them. So I've witnessed people who are chronically low energy, chronically sad, chronically, oh, what was me? Because they get sympathy that way. They get love that way. They experience something that way. So that's the thing that they get out of it by having that emotional situation. But anywho, I wanted to just throw that out there. Did you have any questions, my small little collective soul? Do you have any questions on anything that I just mentioned or just talked about today? Maybe something in relation to your own personal experience of low vibe, low energy, no judgments kind of people. Let me know in the comments before I take my sip. There you go. One thing I always get annoyed by is when someone takes a sip of their tea and you can hear it. Like, you can hear the whole process. Like, oh. Anyway, that's just a personal tick for me. You'll totally have to let me know if that is something for you. But if you don't have any questions, that'll end our little quick session this evening. And I cannot wait to start slinging cards for y'all this evening. What is it, 8 o'clock? So our time is... it's almost 7, so here in an hour, I'm just going to spend the rest of this time getting prepped. Actually, I got one more video to record. I'm going to spend the rest of this evening getting prepped for our live so that we can start answering questions, so we can dig in deep and uncover some stuff, do some deep digging. But yeah, alrighty, sweet souls. I don't see any comments or questions. You all take care, and I will see y'all again in an hour. Bye.